Hi Capricorn, this is Wishko the Ferret. Thanks for hopping into the Ferret Den. We're keeping things warm here. We're keeping things cozy. Today we have a reading for you for May 22nd to May 28th. So as always, Capricorn, drop into your heart space. Let the dust spiritually, physically, and emotionally settle around and within you so that you can determine which messages are for you, which messages are for others. You could be Capricorn sun, moon, or rising. It doesn't matter. We don't care. If you are feeling connected to Capricorn energy in any type of way, as always, wherever you're at, wherever you're coming from, we accept all. Just make sure that you are really turning your awareness to your heart space and you're in a relaxed and comfortable setting so that you can see and sense with your heart and know what is actually for you. I know I said that, but that's a different way of saying it for those of you who are kind of struggling to connect with your heart space now, okay? So, as always, I meditated beforehand, but I just want to express a thank you to Archangel Michael for casting his light of protection around me, and thank you to the spirit guides and the angel energies that are guiding me, that are helping me to uplift and empower our Capricorn collective. We'll see what's going on for you this week. Okay, I don't know why, but I'm feeling encouraged to roll the Astro dice for you too. So, right off the bat, oh, we got Capricorn too. Okay, so the Astro dice, we have Jupiter, Capricorn in the 5th house. Now, we have Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion. So you could actually be working towards expanding something. One of your goals could be expanding something this week, or perhaps you are walking into a situation in which you see that there are more possibilities than you expected. I just heard something about leaving it to the experts. So maybe the experts are working to come up with new ideas or new systems. Maybe you are one of the experts. But if this is you, it could be viable for you, but I don't know why this message is coming through a little bit choppy and weird, but it's almost like perhaps you could be worrying about trying to expand something in like a job sphere or something that you've been working together with somebody else, but perhaps like Spirit saying, just leave it to the experts if this is causing you too much stress, or if you feel that this is a project that you're not comfortable taking on, then Spirit's like, okay, you can back up. There's no harm in that. There's no shame in that. But you can try. But don't, it's not like don't expect like the greatest from you, but don't stress out too much over it if it's something that you can't figure out. But I do feel like powerful ideas are coming to you, and just in terms of like your personal life, this isn't just your work, but take it how it resonates with you. There's just something here about an opportunity for expanding, and Capricorn is the energy of hard work and stability and reliability. So that's the kind of energy that we're working with, is being strong and reliable, and it's through that being strong and reliable this week that we see some expansion. We see this actually manifest in the 5th house. So that's in our social circles, in our fun, in our hobbies. So anything that we find fun, or anything that lights kind of like, it's like that inner torch, that lights the inner torch within us, that itself is like maybe what is causing to expand. So perhaps if you are trying to get some dedication and actually work on like the social relationships in your life and try to go out and have some more fun with those individuals, that could be something that you're expanding, or finding new things to do around town. Just working reliably with those things could actually help expand. It could be your goals and your passions as well. So if you have a creative spirit, a lot of the creativity comes through in the 5th house too. So if you're somebody who is an artist and you're in some way, it doesn't have to be with just, painting on canvases or something, or it could be a writer, it could be a speaker, whatever the case may be. Whatever it is that you create or bring into the world could manifest in the 5th house. Okay, so finding different ways to explore and expand on that. The Princess of Wands is kind of playing off of that energy. We're going to jump into tarot now, in the Mystic Mondays tarot. The Princess of Wands is actually mirroring the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands is about holding that creative energy and that passion and following inspirations to see where it takes you. So for you, this is going to manifest in the form of a gut instinct, is what Spirit is telling me. So specifically following your gut with certain it's almost like your vibration needs attention. And in order to align your vibration to what is like the highest and best for you at this present moment, then following your inspirations is actually going to help align that. So if you've been feeling kind of a little wonky or feeling like you're a little bit in a funk, following this, really embracing this Princess of Wands energy is going to help align that vibration a little bit more so that you can feel a little bit more stable, a little bit more on solid ground. And like I said, a lot of strong ideas coming to you with the Ace of Swords. So it is through actually, well, it's not just through your creative pursuits, but you are also having marvelous ideas come to you. This could be in the terms of or this could be in the way of spiritual insights. So ideas and inspiration that's being fed to you by the divine straight from your heart space. That's how they communicate through us. So I find that oftentimes as a psychic medium, when I ground myself into the earth and when I really turn my awareness to my heart space and actually pay attention to it, not like my outer world, but when I really try to focus on what's in there and how it feels, that's when spirit actually speaks up to me the strongest. And that's when ideas pop into my head more, is when I focus on that space. So perhaps that's something that could work for you. This could also be in your day-to-day life. If you're zoning out, you're doing the dishes, or you're on your way to doing something else, you're like walking through a park or whatever, and so all of a sudden this idea out of nowhere, completely unprompted, comes up. That's divine inspiration. This could be actually just like the solution to a problem that you've really been working towards for whatever reason. Actually, for some of you, if this is a group project that you're working on, I just heard maybe people are actually saying leave it to the experts, and maybe you're actually the one to come up with the solution with the Ace of Swords. Because like as I was saying that, my attention was brought to the Ace of Swords, and I was like, oh, but they're still coming up with the idea. So Capricorn, I feel like if this is you, like this could actually be something that pops up usually for the experts, or that the experts are expected to handle. Don't take this stress on. Don't like expect to come up with a solution for everything. But it's almost like, I do feel like this is something that could be possible for you this week, thinking about a solution and people actually looking to you, not only to, I'm hearing something about like perhaps you're in a job where people complain to you, or people often come to you for their troubles, and like, I don't know, perhaps you've built a lot of trust and rapport with work. Okay. For others, it quite literally is just inspiration or new ideas coming through. I do sense you're a little guarded at this time with the Nine of Wands, and this is the focal point of your reading. So I'm actually getting more of a sense with this card as applying to just like keeping your words close, because sometimes the Nine of Wands is representative of our emotions, which I suppose it could be. But I feel like for you, this is carefully safeguarding your words and making sure that you're trying to say the right thing. It's almost like you're being extra cautious that you're using your words correctly. This could be in the form of your creations, or this could be in the form of your relations with other people. Just watching your words and watching how you communicate, really paying special attention. I'm not sure if this is a defensive measure or if this is actually just for so you don't harm other individuals. That perhaps I don't really know why that would be coming through. But it's okay to watch our words every once in a while. I mean, maybe it's because I think at the time this is posted, it's still Mercury retrograde. So maybe if you're paying attention to those transits, maybe that's why you're a little bit more cautious, which is totally fine. Or maybe something has happened recently to where you didn't mean to offend someone, and then they came forward and said, oh, it offended me. So then you were like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And maybe you're just like being careful, or maybe you're just overly cautious. Oh my gosh, that song just popped into mind. So if I'm honest, it's that TikTok song by Braden Bells, I think his name is. I think I'm beginning to question how much I want this. And then he talks about how he's chronically cautious and overloaded cereal stressor, I'm sitting nauseous. I don't know. I like that song, but it's popping up for some reason. So perhaps it's actually important for you, or perhaps it connects with you in some way. But definitely check it out on Spotify. I don't know. I love the song. I have it on repeat all the time. But I haven't listened to it recently. So I love that it's popping up now. But maybe you are somebody who is a little bit chronically cautious in this situation. Okay. Or just throughout the week for whatever reason. But either way, Spirit's almost saying that, like, that it's almost like they recognize you have your reasons. I'm not really getting the sense that you need to pull back from it or push forward with the cautious, or it's just like your overall attitude. But they're just saying that this is an energy that would probably be like a confirmation point for you in this reading, or that is connecting with you this week. Okay. But you have the Three of Wands. So, I mean, whatever it is that you're working towards, you're actually stepping towards it. You're moving towards it. I'm actually going to pull a clarifier on the Knight of Wands, because I feel like I want to move forward with it and see what else we need to do. I feel like I just heard Spirit say I'm capturing the essence of some people's souls with that card. So perhaps it actually is just talking about how you carry yourself. But I'm going to pull a clarifier anyway, just because I'm curious. We have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is actively moving towards something. You almost built the foundation for something already, and you're moving towards it. I feel like this is in reference to any part of your life where you feel it resonates, because I'm not really getting anything specific with it. But it does feel like, I don't know, it just feels like you're moving forward, and it's almost like it's a start. I heard it's a start, if anything. It's a start, if anything, is what I'm hearing. And also the Ace of Pentacles quite literally is a shining new beginning. It could be in the form of a new opportunity. This could be a new financial opportunity as well. But something that you're doing, for whatever reason, I'm getting Spirit's telling me that it's through the Three of Wands, through this foundation that you've already set up, that this opportunity will come about. So you moving forward on a project, or you stepping forward on a project, like it's a start at least, is going to present other opportunities that you can grab onto. One in particular might seem, if there are multiple opportunities coming to you, there's one in particular that really shines. So Spirit's like, this is an opportunity, hey, and they're letting you know that it's a good thing. So if you find yourself being a little bit cautious, Spirit's like, don't jump back from it. Definitely take that leap of faith with Spirit, okay? As a clarifier for the Nine of Wands, just because I'm curious and I'm nebby, we see Six of Cups here. And the Six of Cups is the energy that we give to others. So it is a balance in how we give to others. It's the card of generosity. So interesting, because I see Six of Cups, and for whatever reason I see Six of Pentacles in my mind. And that's not what it should be, y'all. Okay, so in the traditional tarot, the Six of Cups is giving gifts and lighting up other people's worlds and playing in a childlike atmosphere, which is what this card is. But in my mind, I see the Six of Pentacles. So perhaps when you are giving gifts to other people, or when you are giving the gift of your presence, when you are giving attention to other people, it's almost like I sense that there's like an overpouring of energy, especially with, it's like, because it's like coded, it's meant to clarify the Nine of Wands, which is being cautious. So perhaps you are cautious of the types of energy that you are giving out to other people, or like in your service. Our Six of Cups could be the service that we give to the world as well. Also, that's like a Six of Pentacles vibe too, but the Six of Cups is more of a lighthearted. The Six of Cups is more of like a playful tone. It has a playful undertone to it, because it's the giving of gifts to the world. It's letting your light shine, and it's having the abundance to do so, right? And that's what the Six of Cups is. But especially when it's clarifying the Nine of Wands, it feels like you're perhaps a little bit cautious about how much of yourself you're giving to the world, which is not necessarily a bad thing. So I don't know. I still don't feel like I'm getting anything specific of what you need to do, but perhaps maybe like, because the Six of Cups is something with a little bit of a lighter tone, Spirit's almost saying like you need to kind of turn that Six of Pentacles energy in my mind that I'm seeing it as to a Six of Cups energy. So instead of like, the Six of Cups is worried a lot about boundaries and our give and take with other people. And perhaps Spirit is saying, you can give generously and it can be okay. And if you don't want to give generously, that's okay too. You can still give yourself the gift of your time and attention, and you don't have to worry about overpouring to other people. But perhaps this is because of like a past hurt or something that you've had to experience, and you were like your soul had to experience rather, and you were like, oh my gosh, like, what am I gonna do? Right? So anyway, let me pause this for a second and check the batteries so I can because I think the storage memory might be full. Hi Capricorn, sorry about that. So the phone apparently overheated, and there was also no space on it. So it's a good thing I stopped it when I did, because I was running out of storage. But we fixed it and it's all good and we're back. So back to where we were. The Six of Cups was clarifying the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Wands. And that's just saying, like, take your balance, take that balance of generosity, that give and that take, and try to view it in a more lighthearted way. So maybe you don't approach it as cautious. Spirit understands why you do, but maybe approach it in a more lighthearted way. Just have clear boundaries with yourself and recognize with yourself what they are, and also trust yourself to enact those boundaries, okay? So let's see what else we have for you, Capricorn. I've been pulling the book on the Divine Circus cards until I know them a lot more. But we have confetti. I'll try to hold up the card and read at the same time, but I can make no promises because I'm not a juggler. Okay, so you will soon have cause for celebration, whether a big win or a token gain, affirming. Sorry, hang on. Whether a big win or a token gain affirming that the best is yet to come, sweet success is headed your way. Prepare to celebrate. It's time to be a party person, to find the celebratory spirit within. Maybe you already feel it, or maybe it's the last thing in the world you can imagine feeling right now. But whether it's on your radar or not, a cause for celebration is imminent. So can you put yourself in the party mood? It starts with a carnival attitude and a pleasure-seeking state of mind. Can you allow for pleasure, for play? Oh yes, there is always so much to do, but sometimes all that can happen more quickly and easily another day. For now, the Oracle of Confetti suggests your time and energy are best spent in playfulness. Oh, like I just said, that Six of Cups energy. More lighthearted, more fun, more play. This is the most enjoyable piece of spiritual guidance you are probably ever going to receive, so relish in it. Don't wait another moment to get your celebratory vibe on. Confetti also brings you a message that if you want more success, happiness, and celebration in your life, you can enhance that right now by being happy for the success of others around you. Do you know that success is like a wave? When you genuinely congratulate another and feel happy for their happiness, your own energy field gets a jolt of that same energy. You attract it into your own life. You deserve success for all you've accomplished just as much as anyone else. So be happy for another, even if part of you wonders if there is enough to go around. If maybe they have taken your piece of the pie, or if you wonder if their success is really deserved. Let such thoughts be without adding to their power by either being embarrassed about them, trying to pretend they don't exist, or feeling that you're a bad person for thinking such a way. Just take charge and choose how you want to respond to another's victory. Maybe you can even respond to your own doubts by saying, this person is having their turn, which means my turn will be coming sooner. Be happy for them and be happy for you. And enjoy this oracle, which lets you know that the universe is giving you notice of a party, and you are most definitely meant to attend, and is heading your way. The affirmation for this card is, I love life, I celebrate life, I find the playfulness I need to let my soul be wild and free. Okay. Yeah. So, for whatever reason, I don't know why I feel the need to share, but I work in an elementary school, and sometimes when I work with my little kiddos, there's always that one person that gets very frustrated that it's not their turn on the slide. And I don't mean to, like, you know, it's a different scenario. I'm sorry. And Spirit's like, it's a different scenario. But I'll just finish what I'm saying then, because I already started, and y'all are going to be like, what about this slide? There's always somebody crying about how they want to go down this really fancy spinny slide. And it's always a matter of take turns, take your time and have fun, and you can wait patiently for your turn. Now, I'm speaking in a very like kindergarten, first grade, second grade voice, in a hopes that they will absorb it. So this isn't like, I'm not like trying to look down on anyone watching this in any way, but sometimes it really is just that simple. And sometimes it's just sometimes we overcomplicate things, and sometimes we turn those complicated emotions to others when really perhaps we just feel like we're from a state of lack. And maybe that's why we might feel envious of other people's successes, because there's a part of us that feels like we can't achieve it. And you can. Let me just reassure you that you can achieve it. My ear is like ringing really loud as I'm saying this. Like it keeps like coming and going and coming and going. So Spirit kind of wants to highlight that whatever success you're dreaming of, you can achieve it. It might not be in the way that you think, because we are in very limited bodies and our soul is limitless. So the imagination runs free, but there are sometimes only certain things that we can achieve in the physical because of our physical bodies and because of our certain situations and scenarios. But Spirit really wants you to just open up to miracles and possibility and just enjoy the moment that you have now, because good things are coming your way, especially with this Ace of Pentacles. Like, your time is coming, bruh. Your time is coming. And it was Spirit's like, say it again. Your time is coming. So let's see what you have for your Spirit Oracle, Capricorn. Sorry, y'all. I had a fly coming in my face. Whew. Lots of, interruptions for this reading. I don't know if I like that. We have Squirrel Spirit. Believe in yourself. So really push yourself beyond what you think you're capable of. And this isn't saying push yourself to the brink and let yourself fall off the edge. What I mean is that it's almost like you're giving, I just heard try. Like, it's almost like you're giving up before you even try, or you're just not moving, like you're not even trying, because you're like, I know that it's not possible for me. It is possible for you. You need to believe in yourself. the squirrel, it's almost like if squirrels never believed in themselves, and I don't even know if they actually have like the prefrontal cortex and the cognition to actually have a conceptualization of what believe in yourself means, but just speaking metaphorically, you think a squirrel collects all of these acorns and the birds build their nests and all of this other stuff, but they do all of this stuff, and like there's so much preparation that the squirrel has to do to prepare for winter. There's so much preparation that the bird has to do to build their nests. There's so much that the beavers have to do to block off the dam. And yet they still do it anyway, and it's a really long project. They work really hard on these things. And you think the squirrel's going to be worrying about whether they're going to have enough like acorns to last for all of winter while they hibernate and go into hiding and stay warm? And you think that the bird is worried about, oh my gosh, like, you know, am I going to be able to get this done in time? I mean, no, because they're animals and they don't have the prefrontal cortex to make those, to have those conceptualizations. Fine. But it's almost like having that simple mind of just doing the work that's in front of you and keep pushing forward. And then I feel like having that ability, like you're going to look back in hindsight and be like, wow, I could do that. It's almost like you're in your head too much about it, okay? And the best way to do that is to be here now, is what the hummingbird spirit says. I believe, actually, maybe it was Virgo that got this. Either Virgo, one of your Virgo or Taurus friends got this too. But hummingbird spirit says, be here now, doing what's in front of you and just getting the job done sometimes, or even just being in the moment. There are ghosts of the past coming to haunt you, or there could be visions of the future that you are longing for, or multiple visions of the future that you're longing for. And it's almost like you can still care about those things, but it's almost like you're putting more energy and weight into those things than necessary, because the true power, the true blessings are in this present moment that you can actually work with and do something with, that you can actually promote change in. Okay, so that is not only why you should focus on the present, but why it is ultimately more, I don't know, it's more of like it helps you be more lighthearted if you are blocking out the past and the future, okay? It's good to think of your life in the grand scheme of things sometimes, but I do find that oftentimes we do it too much, okay? Yeah. I'm hearing things, but I'm not sure. I'm going to let the dragon card, if that's a message it's meant to come out, then I'm going to trust it comes out with the dragon cards. So we have one more oracle to get through, and then we'll roll the angel dice for you. I don't know why. Okay, so let me just say it while I'm doing this. Some of you, so Spirit is actually telling me something about flatlining, so this might only reference a specific set of you, but some of you might be thinking too much about mortality, too much about death, too much about how death could be coming for you soon. And, I mean, like, for some of you, it might not even be soon, but some of you could be thinking in the grand scheme of things, and you're like, oh my gosh, in the grand scheme of my life, or like, perhaps it's too late for me to do this, or it's too late for me to do that. Really just putting it into perspective of, oftentimes there's a certain age where we stop and think, oh my gosh, what am I doing with my life? You could have that scare no matter what age you are. I don't care if you're like older or younger, it doesn't matter. Like sometimes it's hard for people to confront their mortality, but something about like the fear of flatlining, or something about flatlining that's coming through in this reading. And I do just want you to know, first of all, the book Journey of Souls actually gave me a lot of peace. It's a free audiobook on YouTube that you can listen to. You can also get the book. It's like a very old book, but I believe it's Michael Newton that wrote the book. And I think I also recommended it to one of our fire sign friends too. But it kind of helps ease like people's, usually it like helps ease your grief, not only for loved ones that have passed, but also like when encountering like our own mortality and stuff, because our consciousness does live on. And he talks about the different past life regressions that he's done, or the different types of hypnosis therapy that he's done, and found that, oh man, I took them a little too far back. And then Michael Newton was like, oh, not only did I take them too far back, but there actually is a far back, and like before they were born, and actually even so much in the last life. And they're talking about how they not only they crossed over, but how they entered into this life. So it's interesting to see, like, it's interesting to hear about how there are correlations within the different case studies that he did, and how he talks about like very specific cases and talks about their stories, and how like we come here to learn and we do life reviews, and there are different things we can do with our lives, but that consciousness continues and that we come back time and time again. It might not always be to Earth. I'm not sure if the book mentions that, but they might not always be to Earth, but there are different places. There are different places to go, and there are different things to experience and challenges to face. And typically we are with the same people, maybe not in the same form or fashion, but it does bring a lot of peace to those things. And I'm actually feeling a peace. Like, it's almost like it helps your soul rest. I'm feeling a peace come in now, and it's almost like Spirit is saying, let your soul rest. So if you are finding that you need to rest on these topics, I would highly recommend actually listening to that audiobook. But I'll link that too. Let me make a note right now to link it for those of you that are interested. I'll just go link audiobook AB. I'll know what that means, right? I'll know what that means. Okay. But anyway, I'll at least put, I might not offer like the exact link, but I'll at least offer like the book and then the author, so that you can go search it in YouTube and go like Michael Newton, Journey of Souls audiobook. Okay. And then it'll be like the first thing that pops up. So Water Dragon helps you flow easily around obstacles. Christ light and love are flowing. Develop your psychic abilities. Go with the flow. So my third eye actually is like really like itching right now, and usually that comes through like when it's itchy or when it feels like there's a pressure on my third eye. That usually indicates that your third eye chakra is balancing and that you're receiving psychic information at this time, and which makes sense because it's the water dragon. But there are obstacles around that would require your intuition to move and flow around like water, which is quite literally why like there are so many different combinations of elements in this deck. And that's why this dragon is the pure water dragon of flowing around everything. Water flows regardless of what you put in front of it. I guess you could have like a standstill pond, but moving water is always flowing. It's always flowing around rocks, over rocks. But the water dragon is not worried. You see how he's like, oh, I just heard like you're all kinds of crisscrossed. You could be in a situation where you feel all kinds of crisscrossed right now. But you see how this water dragon is flowing around all of these pillars, and it's almost like, oh, whatever. Like it's like no trouble for him at all. And that's kind of like the adaptability and the flexibility that you're being asked to have at this moment, because that's kind of what your challenges are right now. It's like whether you view them as tests or however you view them as, it is meant to push you, but you can make it easier for yourself by not focusing on the obstacles themselves, just focusing on ways to get around it, and being anchored in the present will help you flow more easily around these objects, whether they be quite physical objects or more metaphorical in terms of things that you need to work around and avoid or work through. Okay? And again, use your psychic intuition. Your psychic abilities are developing at this time. Like, that's what's moving you through this time right now. Going with the flow, operating from a sense of ease and grace will be beneficial for you. So when they mention Christ light, so it says Christ light and love are flowing. This is receiving help from the divine. You don't have to believe in, Jesus Christ or anything, but Christ light in this deck, I do believe, references some form of unfiltered, raw, unconditional love from the highest soul consciousness that wants to do good for the world, that views us as a higher collective, that is just this really strong golden light of high collective vibration. Like, it's a very strong, high loving presence, okay? So whatever this light is for you, it is channeled through us all, and it doesn't have to be in reference to religion. It's just a high unconditional love that lives in service of not only filling up our own cups, but being of service to others, okay? So whatever that light is for you, let that unconditional love shine through. It is the type of light that we all carry within us and that we are all connected to. And the water dragon is with you at this time to help show you the way. Your spirit is helping shine you forward, and your soul's guiding you. So just tuning into that energy. I just heard tuning into the breath too would helps things when you anchor yourself. You go with your breath, and I can't remember if it was you that I said this with, but sitting in meditation or even just sitting with your breath, I like to imagine tree roots coming out of my feet with my feet planted firmly on the floor. And I also, like, as a psychic medium, I actually hear my guides and my spirit team come through strong, straight through my heart, really only when I'm focusing on that heart space it's like right, your heart chakra is like right in your chest cavity. So focusing on like it's like a green auric light. So focusing on pretending there's a green light there, or even just imagining your heart, just turning your attention and awareness to that, getting into like how does it feel, like, and all that other stuff. Try not to think about it, but try to just be aware how it feels, and you know, the breath going in and out of that space. That's sometimes in that flow is where, when, not only where, but when we receive information, and that's when I hear my guides the clearest. So regardless of how your psychic abilities manifest, because we all have them, regardless of how spirit speaks to you, I always find that that is incredibly helpful, and I read about how other people find that incredibly helpful as well. So let's see what your angel dice have to say. 6 to 5. We have Angel Numbers by Kyle Gray, as always. Your angels are encouraging you to let go of the need to control events in your workplace or creative outlets at this time. When you take a step back, you allow the guidance of heaven in. One more time. Your angels are encouraging you to let go of the need to control events in your workplace or creative outlets at this time. When you take a step back, you allow the guidance of heaven in. So, oh, interesting. They mentioned workplace and creative outlets, which is like the 5th house we were talking about, which I was like, if it's creativity or if it's like within your social circle, somewhere you have fun. And we talked about your workplace too. So, I mean, hot damn, there we go, right on the mark. Yes. And again, heaven, not in the terms of like, you know, God or Christianity. If that's not what you resonate with, that's totally okay. It's just where our souls reside, where all of like the souls that are helping you and guiding you through unconditional love, where all of them reside, which is heaven here is actually here on earth, regardless of like, okay, I'm not going to say regardless of what you believe, but like no matter what you believe, our loved ones are always like right there. They're just on a different vibration. Okay. So anyway, that being said, Capricorn, thank you so much. That is your reading. Thank you to you and your energies. Thank you to my spiritual energies and angel guides as well for helping channel this message. I really do appreciate it, and I love vibing with y'all here on this channel. If this resonates with you in any way, go ahead and like the video and all that stuff, so that way the message gets out to more people and it really helps the channel grow. If you like my vibe, if you think I'm cool, if you like my style, go ahead and subscribe and all that stuff. That way you don't miss content from me. I do post weeklies. Occasionally I'll post pick a cards, and I will also post collectives when the mood strikes and when I find myself to have the time, because sometimes I just don't. I'm a busy gal and I work a lot. And I do a lot of videos. 12 zodiac signs is a big, like it's like a big ambitious thing for me, but I still try. I'm working on launching a Patreon here shortly, and I'm not going to give a specific time frame, but I'm really hoping I get it out by June, just because I'm trying to create a backlog of content I can just start posting. But yes, I do want to offer different things on the Patreon as well. So I'm introducing my ferret fam slowly to the channel, and I've been showing off my sweatshirt today. That it's not new by any means. Obviously it's worn and it's frayed. It should say Crazy Ferret Lady, but it's withering away. But they have 2 cute ferrets on it. I think it was my family that got this for me. It might have been my mom, but this also could have been my friend. I think it was my mom that gave this to me, so thank you, Mommy. But I love it, and it's I don't know, it's just got ferrets on it. So if you love ferrets too, I'm introducing my ferrets slowly to the channel. They have such big personalities. They're such a huge part of my life. So if you like to watch some furry little fuzz butts and get to know some of my personalities that are running around here in the ferret household, definitely check out the community tab. I love you, Capricorn. I hope you have the best week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.